What if I told you that all coincidences that happen to you, especially when they are positive, is the divine language of God communicating to you through flow that you are on the right path? And in this installment, I'm going to show you practical ways by which you can notice the coincidences that are happening to you and follow them and flow with them for your life to become better and better and better. Okay, let's take a look. Have you ever had an experience that was so meaningful that you found it hard to dismiss as just coincidence? Well, first of all, the word coincidence doesn't explain the why of any coincidental experience. It is just a label without meaning. The word coincidence just says that two incidents coincided, but it does not offer, or rather totally ignores, a viable or possible cause and effect relationship. I say that just because we cannot immediately identify a cause of an event is no argument that a cause cannot or does not exist. When a magician creates an optical illusion of, say, a man with his body in one place and his head in another, is no argument against cause and effect. We simply, in that moment, cannot identify the cause. But curiously, we don't call it a random event because on a deeper level, we know or believe without doubt that a cause has to exist. There is no such thing as chance, luck, accident, or coincidence. For being unable to discern an immediate cause or connection of any given occurrence, our human ego demands an explanation, even if it means calling something a coincidence. We as humans tend to label things we don't understand, thus giving ourselves a false sense of having explained it. We live in a universe of law and order. Did you know that mathematically speaking, no one has ever been able to scientifically prove randomness? That is, something to completely and totally happen by chance. They have come very close, but it has never been proven without a shadow of a doubt. What is it that keeps a planet in orbit, never colliding with another planet? What is it that keeps millions upon millions of planets all throughout the universe in orbit and never colliding with each other? What intelligence could a planet possess where it would know exactly at what axis to turn day after day, month after month, year after year, and always stay in fact? The same law of force that governs the orbits of the planets orders also the course of purpose of our lives with the same precision, with the same harmony, and with the same masterful orchestration as seen in the infinite wonder and manifestation of this daily life of miracles. I propose that the idea random is an argument against cause and effect. We live in a universe of scientific laws of cause and effect that have mathematical precision and reliability. There is a cause or reason for the existence of everything that can be experienced in this life, even if the cause or the reason for any given phenomena at that moment is not known. I say that in the midst of coincidences, God is in the middle of it all, managing it. And I feel that God speaks to us with the language of coincidence. As for languages, there are many. There's Japanese, Chinese, Portuguese, Burmese, and Gaudese is the language of coincidence. We believe that meaningful coincidences cannot happen to us because we believe that somehow we are disconnected from the life events that happen to us. I say, believe it or not, but you are not in the world. the world is in you. Let me ask you this. Let's say that you are in a dream and you say to yourself, I would really like a hamburger with cheese right now. So, in the dream, you go walking along and you find a restaurant. And the person who greets you at the door says, good afternoon. We have a special today on hamburger with cheese. Would you call this luck or coincidence? No. Upon awakening, you would justly conclude that because you were in a dream, that the person at the restaurant and the hamburger with cheese was just some facet of you produced within the environment of the dream state. But what if this daily life we live in were also some facet of you produced by you within the environment of a waking dream state we call life? I can't prove it, but it is just a thought that I have entertained on many occasions. Let's get practical. Let me give you a simple and practical example of how to understand, accept, and flow with the blessings and guidance of quote-unquote coincidence. For example, whenever you are trying to do something and things get harder and harder and more complicated, where you are trying to force something to happen, you are going against the flow and the energy of God. I don't believe God will stop us from doing something we are determined to do, even if it is not for our own good. But I do believe that God regularly puts up roadblocks to slow us down to be able to think about what we're doing. But if we insist on crashing through the roadblocks, He will let us have the opportunity to experience the consequences. You see, we either learn by wisdom or by woe. Conversely, when we are attempting to do something and doors open, lucky coincidences happen, one after the other, then God is giving us the green light to continue on the path we are presently moving. Coincidence, however you want to label it, is real. I say heed it and know that coincidence is the divine language of God. So, to wrap things up, as always, I wish to you to stay consistent and be successful. And I might add, pay attention to your positive coincidences, for it is God communicating to you where and what you should be doing. All right. Now you see, coincidences are real and they have meaning. They are communications from the Almighty. Take heed when they happen. So now, before we go, I would like to invite you to my community of consistent-minded people, where we are a family of consistent-minded people where we help each other to remain consistent until we achieve our goals. One of the many benefits of being a member in the Prosper Consistency Success membership site is that you will have an accountability partner assigned to you to help you stay focused until you achieve your goal, as you will be assigned to another member as their accountability partner to help them stay focused until they achieve their goal. Additionally, we have live coaching calls where you can call in and get immediate answers to any of your problems or questions concerning consistency, goal achievement, and success. We also have occasional guest speakers that come in and give us fresh new insights on the subjects of consistency, success, and goal orientation. So, without further ado, I would invite you to go right now to www.synchronicities.com consistencysuccesscoach.com, and you will be glad that you did. And as always, if you like the videos that I produce consistently on a daily basis, I invite you to give it a like and subscribe if you would like to receive ongoing notifications of every new video that comes out. So, in passing, before I leave, as I always like to tell you, stay consistent and be successful.